This doesn't feel quite festive enough. It's boring. No. Happy Christmas. Happy holidays. Hope you're having a wonderful day with loved ones, friends. Also, part of the wish list, up to 40% off individual products, 50% off LCO strings. This is a Christmas wish list special. If you don't have it in your arsenal, I humbly recommend you add it, and up to 65% off collections. Here's a short film from Paul explaining how to use Wishlist.
To add to your wish list, all you need to do is search for the product or collection you want. Select Add to Wishlist. To see your wish-listed products, click here. And from Christmas Day, your chosen products will be waiting for you at their discounted price. And if you're feeling fancy, you can add them all to your cart by clicking here.
Thanks, Paul. And remember, check out the website for your discounts. And also, these discounts will only run until the end of the year. That's New Year's Eve. Paul and I thought it'd be fun to basically open 4 Christmas crackers. So let's head back to the HQ. So what's in my Christmas cracker today? Well, I wanted to start with a sound I feel very affectionately about because I understand the way in which it was constructed, and I think there's something incredibly romantic about it. Olaf Arnold's Composer Toolkit, which is part of my hamper. Paul and I have created these very special Christmas wishlist hampers which have insane discounts on with some really hardcore products in. And remember, you can complete your collection as well on these. So Olaf Arnold's Composer Toolkit is centered around his sensational Victorian grand piano that he's pimped with felt. And this isn't the sound that I wanted to talk about, but I just want to play you a bit of that. Absolutely stunning. But it's actually, if you actually go felt grand piano mixed, it's this second signal here, which I'll play. Which to me sounds like the Northern Lights. But the way he's gone about making it is just, it really sums up Olaf's workflow. It's made with a combination of Space Echo tape delays, but real ones, and his amazing EMT plate. And for me, it just gives it so much personality that it just doesn't sound like a synthy pad created in the digital domain. It's something that is of Olaf's world. And if we combine the two, it's a very special marriage. Another thing that we've been talking about a lot is we make a lot of videos, and I thought it would be a nice idea as part of these crackers for Paul and I to discuss our favourite videos in our archive. And the one I wanted to talk about today is something I'm really proud of, which is actually 3 hours long. And it's a score for a TV series I did called Tutankhamun. And it was just one of these extraordinary situations where basically it was shot out in South Africa when the rand collapsed, which is the currency out there. So suddenly the television company who made the production had all of this kind of extra money, and they just came to me and said, "Would you like to book a big orchestra?" And I was like, no, not at all, sweet. And of course, it was an amazing opportunity. So we recorded an amazing band at Air Studios, and I just got a camera crew to be a fly on the wall. And it's an extraordinary piece of production. The dub is amazing, the way that you can really hear what's coming up through the desk, as well as the instruction that I am giving the band, and also the fantastic Fiona Cruikshank, who is tracking it, her communication with the band. And I think it's just a great example of how I would go about working with British musicians and the capabilities of British musicians. But to add to that, I've also dug out the score. So if you go to the link below to have a look at that film, you'll also find in the video description a link to the score so you can actually follow the score whilst we track it. There's a particularly tender moment that I'm really very moved by. Is my dad, very proud dad, often will come to attend the sessions to watch his boy and be all proud. But because I'm always concentrating and looking forward, I never get to see his expression behind me. So this was one of those rare, unexpected things about this video, that I get to see my dad's proud face, which is really a nice thing. And finally, kind of on reflecting on my work as a composer, I wanted just to share a couple of funny stories. So today's story is about a production that I worked on called A Bunch of Amateurs. And it was kind of interesting because I wanted the band to sound like an amateur band. I don't know if you've ever tried this, but getting pros to play like amateurs is very difficult. So when looking at studios, I wanted somewhere that was really small, but Angel wasn't free, Airedale wasn't free, Abbey Road 2, or was it Abbey Road 3, or indeed Air 1. None of these studios were free. So I was offered the hall, but I really didn't want it to sound big and posh. So we created a room within the hall. We basically brought the canopy all the way down, so it was about 7 foot off the ground, and then got all of this mellotech around the canopy to build this totally dry space within the gorgeous, lush expanse of Air Studios. The musicians came in, and the seating plan said a bunch of amateurs with all of their names underneath, and they're all like, oh, that's charming. But there was this particular funny point where this tuba player, amazing tuba player, Owen Slade, I wanted him to really kind of pump it out a bit louder, and he said, I can't, because the ceiling's so low, the air's coming out of my tuba, hitting the roof, and is going right back in, so he couldn't get any volume out of his tuba. So a kind of odd, weird circumstance of the studios being too busy in London. So the funny world of making music and things going wrong in studios or in sessions or in gigs, I'd love to hear your stories. Put them in the comments down below, alongside what are your favourite sounds that are part of our catalogue or indeed the free Labs range. Thanks as always for watching. Do subscribe if you haven't done, or ding that bell if you want to be notified the next time we put up one of these kind of Christmas cracker videos. And as always, make sure you take advantage of this amazing wish list kind of celebration. Happy Christmas and see you again soon.